Hello everybody. Hi Quim, hello chat. Hope everyone's been having a good day. Good evening, good night, or whatever the hell time of day it is for you. Today we are going to be continuing the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. We are starting the last chapter of the second game. So, it's a two-parter case. We just wrapped up the the investigation for Sholmes's deduction spectacular here. So now we are heading, I assume we're heading straight into court, because I'm not sure what else we're investigating here. But that's for today. For the rest of the week, we're going to be having streams Friday and Saturday. Friday, we're going to be continuing Honkai Star Rail. We got to finish up the story at some point. And Saturdays is going to be a chill art stream. So a bit of a quieter week, but next week I'll have some other things. But yeah, nothing else to it. Let's get started. Alright, I gotta separate my audio on my main overlay at some point. I have not done that yet. Right, the resolve of Ryunosuke Naruhodo. It's fire chapter name. Oh shit. Oh, that's so cool. That's such a good title card. "3rd November, 9:14 a.m. The Old Bailey Defendant's Antechamber." Oh. Whoa! Feels a bit more foreboding. Oh, there's a bit more instrumental here. Alright, so the time's finally come. Oh, before we continue any further, I wanna just review our court record first so I know what we're going in with. An introduction, this one we can spin around. It's on the back of this ticket. Hiding. Missed the reprimand. Oh, there's more instrumental in this! I get it's really fitting because this is the last trial of the game. Execution. Fire. That's the photo of Vigil's wife. We use this. Red hair piece. We used this already, I think. Okay, this is the revolver found on Fresno Street. And then we have a lot more here. This is the wind-up to his watch. And the candelabrum, this was torn right off. And then there's an old photographic print here. Autopsy report. Indeterminate. So evidence suggests measures may have taken to disguise time of death. We found that out last stream. That's how you say candelabrum. I learned that when we first saw this word, the stream we found this, because I didn't know. I'll be honest, I've never heard anyone pronounce that word. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. There's a whole lot of words that don't quite look the way they're pronounced in the English language. I'm getting a phone call. We're back. Sorry about that. There's the crime scene floor plan. That's where Gregson was. That's the notice board. We looked at that already. Venus Flycracker. And then there's Gregson. Here's the pocket watch, which was actually just like a timer of sorts. Here's his police identification. We looked at this already. Here's a photograph of us and Judge Jugoku and Professor Mikotoba, which is suspicious because why would this be in the court record? And then the Asogi papers. Nothing about my chosen path. So we found that. Here's Gregson's trunk. There's a metallic thing sticking out here. I think we found, yes, we found the passport in here. Yeah, date of departure, destination, police business, permission for the applicant, and one additional person to travel. Oh, I don't think we looked at those properly. Yeah, so for Tobias Gregson, he was going to go to France. He was going to go there for police purposes. And he was allowed to travel with one additional person, which is suspicious. And then the autopsy report for Clint. Single stab wound to the heart, other superficial external wounds, indicative of a duel. Recent red scarlet ink stains visible on the little and ring finger of the right hand, but no document in corresponding ink was found. Vital evidence recovered from the victim's stomach during autopsy. Credit to Inspector Gregson for petitioning so doggedly for the autopsy procedure. No internal trauma noted anywhere in the body. And then the signature is there, John H. Wilson. Which sounds to me like he wrote a will of something. So, well, we'll see where that crops up. Today, we unravel everything. Oh, Mikotoba! I'll be counting on your support more than ever today, Miss Tosato. Oh, she's thinking. What are you thinking of? Miss Tosato? Ah! Oh! Thrown against the room! Oh no! What's the matter, Mr. Naruhodo? Nothing? I was just saying that I'll be relying on your support today, but... I'm so sorry, of course! I know I can be rather incompetent at times, but now she has saved our ass on more than one occasion. I shan't let you down! Would you mind helping me up to my feet then? Oh dear! I'm really very sorry! What were you thinking of? Bum 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 bum. Susato-san isn't her usual self at all. But that's hardly surprising, I suppose. Oh yeah, we did just find out that her dad was the real actual partner of Herlock Sholmes and not John H. Wilson. She just found out that her father is the partner of a world-famous detective. Not to mention... good morning, sir! Huh? Oh, hi Clint, or not Clint, hi Van Zeeks. Not Clint. Clint is dead. This is the other one. Lord Van Zeeks. Thank you for all your efforts yesterday. Did I hear that correctly? What? Yeah, rip Clint. Oh, no, nothing. I hope we can clear things up today. I really can't make this man out. His face says I hate you, but his words are almost jovial today. In fact, he hasn't been very Reaper-like at all since this all began yesterday. Well, yeah, he's not on the stand. He's a normal average guy today. Lord Van Zeeks isn't the Reaper, Mr. Naruhodo. Good point. The Reaper? I suppose in hindsight, I shouldn't have allowed that misconception to go unchallenged. Huh? It was my tacit acceptance of that pseudonym. My failure to stop the Reaper becoming something more than a mere legend that led all to this. Well, it's not like he can do anything about it. Whoever is behind the Reaper killings is gonna be killing regardless of what title they've got. Do. But you're not to blame for that, Lord Van Zeeks. It's only because serious crime in the capital dropped off so sharply when the public started calling you that. That's why you didn't say anything, isn't it? To be frank, I'm not sure that was the sole reason. What do you mean? There was a rumor at the time that the Reaper was really the ghost of my late brother. Oh! That having been slain by that evil killer, Clint's restless spirit returned as some sort of demigod, to wield a deadly blade of justice where I, by dint of the law, could not. Yes, we've heard that story too. When I lost him... Oh... I felt as though I'd lost my guiding light. I didn't know where to go or what to do. And so, in some small way, I wonder if perhaps those rumors made me feel his absence a little less keenly. Oh. Even if I knew it was just an illusion, just some nonsense conjured up by an over-imaginative public. Poor guy. He was obviously extremely important to you. Well, yeah, no kidding, it was his brother. Lord Clint Van Zieks. Well, what's important now is uncovering the truth. That's all that matters. I know that you didn't take anyone's life. Hell yeah. Yeah, joke's on you! I believe in you! So you better believe in me too! And I intend to prove that beyond a shadow of a doubt into court today. I never thought I'd say this, but I can see it in your eyes. That burning desire to cut through all the lies and deception. I can't deny it any longer. You are a lawyer of absolute integrity. Let's go! That's the highest praise we could ever receive from him. Thank you. Now tell me, why do I detect the scent of expensive tea leaves in the air? Oh, Iris! Yeah, believe in the me that believes in you! Gurren Lagann, my beloved. Oh, Iris, when did you get here? Oh, when did you get here? The inflections on that line were completely wrong. Oh.
I brought you one of my special blends. Hurley loves it. He says it helps him to clear his head.
I thank you. Oh.
Oh,
That's surely the first and last time I'll ever see a sight like this. You seem different today, Iris.
Oh?
Sort of subdued, I suppose. Yeah, exactly. She's not bouncing off the walls today.
I am not.
What happened yesterday is obviously still playing on her mind a lot. She's clearly very troubled about having stolen that autopsy report from Dr. Sith's laboratory.
Alright then. Good luck to you both. I have to make a move now.
A move now? That's so ominous. What does she do? What is she planning? Oh, you're not staying? I thought you'd want to watch today's proceedings.
Well, I'd like to cheer you on, obviously. But I've got lots to get ready.
Get ready? For what?
Oh, yes. Would you take this?
Oh, it's a cute little charm! Oh, that's cute! Isn't that one of the little felt dolls that's usually dangling from your knapsack?
Yes, it's a lucky charm. A little Hurley that I made once.
A Hurley? It looks more like a Harley to me. Thanks, Ryunosuke.
If for some reason you completely run out of options in the trial today, then just pull this little Hurley's ears as hard as you possibly can.
Well, pull his ears? Ah, a MacGuffin. I see. A little surprise tool that'll help us later. Is that the proper use of MacGuffin? I feel like I completely did not use that correctly. Or am I thinking of Chekhov's gun? Either way, secret object. I've never used that word before. Understood. Some form of English term.
That's right. It's a way to bring good luck. I think you might need it.
Yeah, because I know for a fact Chekhov's gun is like, if you see like an object at the beginning of a movie that is framed in an obvious way, it's going to be used at the end of the movie at some point. That's why it's called Chekhov's gun, because it's Chekhov's gun. They show it at the beginning of whatever film it's from, and then it shows up at the end to be used. Iris's lucky chime has been entered into the court record, huh? Huh! Oh, that's rather suspicious. Hang on, can I interact with it now? Oh, look at it, it's cute. Oh, I can do this now. What a charming little rabbity version of Mr. Sholmes. Do you suppose this is how Iris sees him? Oh, you're all right, Mr. Nodohodo? Your eyes are veritably boring into the poor doll's ears. Oh, sorry. I was just wondering. What do you suppose would happen if I were to tug its ears with all my might right now? I'm sure that we'll find out when the time is right. To become a proper gentleman, you really must learn stoic patience. But I want to know! Okay, they're having me wait. They want me to wait until the time is right to pull them. You think what we'll need is luck?
I just sneaked a peek inside the courtroom. And it seemed very different to normal.
Uh-oh. Scary. Yes, it would seem that a certain someone has decided to pull out all the stops. Oh, a certain male strongheart, I have to assume. What does that mean? What about Mr. Sholmes, Iris?
I don't know. He was out all night and he hadn't come home by the time I left this morning.
That's suspicious. Where is he?
Oh, I see.
Was Professor Mikotoba out all night too, do you think, Mrs. Otto? Yes, it would seem so. I telegrammed the hotel this morning. And apparently they didn't come back to their rooms last night at all. Oh, that's suspicious. They? Father and Judge Jigoku, I mean. Oh, that is suspicious! Judge Jigoku too? That's right. Nobody appears to have seen either of them since yesterday. Oh, counsel for the defense and the defendant! Court is about to be in session! Please make your way inside the courtroom at once! Alright.
Good luck then, Runo. Good luck, Susie.
Yes. Thanks, Iris.
And you, Mr. Reaper. Hope it goes well.
Once again, I thank you for the delicious tea. It was very soothing. Oh,
I'm so glad.
We must go inside now, Lord Van Zieks. Oh, here we go. Lord Van Zieks has always been the formidable prosecutor I've had to lock horns with in court. But not today. Today, I battle with another in pursuit of the truth. My best friend, Kazuma Asogi, who I trust more than anyone else in the world. Now I understand what it was that drew me here to Britain all of those months ago. Now I know exactly what destiny had in store for me. It's all been leading up to this one day, to this one trial, to this one final reckoning. Oh, let's go. Do 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 do. Alright, the Old Bailey courtroom. Oh, it's empty! It feels even more oppressive here than it did yesterday. There are cold stares piercing me like knives from all sides today. Ah! Mr. Naruhodo, look! Oh, shit! Lord Strongheart! He's still as a statue! This is intimidating! What happened to the goofy judge? Oh, is he here to make sure that Kazuma doesn't go off script? Like yesterday? Or not yesterday, but like last time? I'm even more suspicious of Strongheart than I've ever been now. Kazuma must have known beforehand. The ramifications of this trial now extend far beyond the murder of one Scotland Yard inspector. In fact, events have come to light that threaten to rock the very foundation of our country's legal system. The escape of a condemned criminal on the night of his execution, the subsequent unlawful shooting of the man, and the revelation that Prism staff must have been complicit in the jailbreak. Britain is currently hosting influential members of the judiciary from countries all around the world. It is imperative that we uncover the truth in these proceedings to avoid international embarrassment. By royal decree, this will continue to be a closed trial. We stood up, and one over which I, male Strongheart, exercise total and unequivocal authority. Oh! The six jurors' flames just... As was the case in yesterday's proceedings, those here present in the public gallery are distinguished members of our judiciary, assembled to bear witness to a fair judicial process. In other words, a collection of your acolytes, Lord Strongheart. Oh. On a personal note, I find this most distressing, Lord Van Zieks. You were a prosecutor of exceptional talent. Much like your brother Clint, in fact. Huh. Oh, that's foreboding! Ominous! In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court to be in session. For the trial of Barak Van Zieks, who officially stands accused of murder. Oh, this is ominous! Counsels for the prosecution and defense, are you in full readiness to proceed? The defense is ready, my lord! As is the prosecution. Yesterday's proceedings brought to light a shocking and disturbing fact. There was a side to the victim, Inspector Tobias Gregson, that was unknown to his superiors at Scotland Yard. Yes, he was carrying out operations in secret, which Scotland Yard knew nothing about. And in those clandestine operations, he had an accomplice. Mr. Daily Vigil, who would be given the inspector's identification, and present himself around the capital in order to establish credible alibis for Gregson. In that way, Gregson appeared to be carrying out his regular Scotland Yard work when in fact he wasn't. At the end of yesterday's session, Mr. Vigil, who had been suffering from amnesia, regained his memory. It would appear he buried his memories of the time deep inside himself as a means of self-preservation. Because whilst he was engaged as chief warder at Barclay Prison, he abetted the convict's escape. I feel like it wasn't him, though. I feel like someone just straight up framed him. And, like, that's why he doesn't remember anything, is because he doesn't know anything. Mr. Vigil is currently recuperating at St. Sinners. He's recovered enough to give a signed statement about his movements on the day prior to the incident. He's formally admitted to posing as Gearson whilst investigating the Red-Headed League. Which brings us to the crucial issue of the victim's time of death. The defense yesterday proposed the suggestion that the victim may have been killed 1 day earlier. This was based largely on the discovery that the victim's pocket watch had not been wound. The prosecution has something to report on that subject, my lord. Really? Go ahead, Prosecutor Asogi. I met once again with the coroner yesterday to discuss the issue. She confirmed that the defense's suggestion could not be ruled out. Oh shit! He met with her too! Oh, so we don't have to bring it up! It's entirely possible that Inspector Gregson was killed on 31st October, the day before his body was discovered. I have here an updated autopsy report that includes the amended details. But the official opinion of the investigation team was made clear yesterday. That the time of death was 5 p.m. on 1st November. No, it wasn't! There are indications of an attempt to disguise the real time of death, however. It seems that the natural decaying process of the victim's body may have been slowed by keeping it chilled. That's out of the question. There are no refrigeration devices in that part of London large enough to accommodate a human corpse. My lord, this is more than just a conjecture. There's evidence to support the idea. We must investigate it thoroughly. Very well. The court will accept the new report as evidence. However, if this updated report is deemed to be accurate, it would give a renewed significance to the movements of the victim on the day before the Fresno Street incident. Oh, okay. It would, yes, especially on that day. Inspector Gregson was using Mr. Vigil to cover up his real movements. It's conceivable that he was killed in the course of his secret activities. Do I sense that the prosecution has some information regarding those activities? Oh, getting a phone call. Alright, give me 1 second. I do have to run downstairs really quickly. Just give me like a couple minutes. Alright, I'm back. Let's continue here. Scotland Yard put an enormous effort into investigating that precise matter yesterday. Oh. I think we should begin by presenting the results of that investigation work. So the prosecution calls its first witness now. Oh, Gina! Baby girl, baby, my daughter! State your name and occupation for the court.
Inspector Gina Lestrade reporting. Representative of Scotland Yard.
A self-conferred rank, but never mind. Gina? Again?
What's your problem, Odo? What's with Gina? Again? Look,
Oh, she's caught on. She knows us too much. She knows us too well. The boss meant the world to me. He done more for me than anyone else ever did. Oh, Inspector Gregson, you mean? He got me out of the back slums of the East End and took me under his wing. Taught me that life can have a purpose. So that's why I'm the best person to be standing here speaking for him. Oh, Gina. Right. All out of the goodness of Gregson's heart. Not at all that he had his arm twisted by Mr. Sholmes, no. What's relevant to these proceedings is that the outcome of Scotland Yard's investigations yesterday has revealed that the victim was carrying out some assignment the police knew nothing about. Ooh. Very troubling. That face. Lord Strongheart knew. Oh shit! Oh shit! How did Ryunosuke know that? That's not something that we could prove in a court of law, though. Let's hear exactly what it says in that report.
come right up, sir.
Oh, look at her! Oh, she's grown, my baby! Victim's movements. All yard detectives are supposed to follow orders and investigate what they're told. But a little search of the boss's office turned up a notebook that had a load of secrets meetings in it. According to that, the boss was looking into some smuggled goods dealings that day. Looks like it was a big job and all, but the coppers weren't onto it yet. What matters most is, there's witnesses what saw the Reaper at that place too. Really? Smuggled goods? I don't know, do I? I'm just telling you what's written in the book. Tobacco, tea, spices, medicines. Goods of all sorts flow into London by illegal channels from all across the globe. It's well known that they're disposed of at regular back markets that take place in the capital. But the police are rarely able to locate them in time. So Inspector Gregson was investigating one of those black markets? It's been suggested that high-ranking government officials may be involved in black market activity. No doubt Gregson was trying to avoid details of his investigations being leaked to the involved parties. That would explain why he was operating on his own authority, without the Yard's knowledge. And do we know where the dealings were taking place this time? In a particular room of a certain exclusive London gentleman's club, and on the day in question, the accused is known to have been there. That's the conclusion of Scotland Yard's investigation into the matter. Oh, that can't be! We haven't heard anything about this. Goddamn updated autopsy bullshit. Well, not quite. This is new information that we're learning just now. Members of the club have testified to it. There's no question. The accused, Barak Van Zieks, was present. That would be very significant testimony, then. Oh my! But Van Zieks has made no mention of this at all! In short, Lord Van Zieks had ample opportunity to murder the victim. Ominous ass, gavel, slam noise. Very well then. Counsel for the defense, begin your cross-examination. Looks angry. He looks intimidating. Okay. The first thing I wanna press on is that third statement. I wanna learn more about it. According to that, the boss was looking into some smuggled goods dealings that day. I wanna hear this. Do you have any idea where those dealings are taking place?
Yup. It was all there in the boss's notes. Let's see if I can remember.
As I already said, the illegal dealings were due to take place at a gentleman's club. Yes, I remember, but I was hoping to find out the name of the club. That won't be necessary. What? It's conceivable that the club might be used again by smugglers in the future. Therefore, the prosecution has been asked not to reveal the name of these proceedings. I don't know what the fuss is all about. It's right here. All I've got to do is read it out. And I could too. I've got this reading game buttoned up now. Oh, look at her. Can't show you what I can do. Go on with the arm. The judge hasn't signaled his objection yet. I could try to find out. What should I do? Oh! Insist, wait and see. Let's insist. This is a closed court. The proceedings are confidential. There shouldn't be any possibility of the information being leaked. As I explained, there is some possibility of politicians being involved in this affair. The prosecution is rightfully exercising caution, I imagine. No, my lord. The prosecution has no objection. Oh! Oh! No, Strongheart has some malicious intent. Something's machinating behind those eyes. Cosima? There's no question that Inspector Gregson was looking into these black market dealings. However, it's not yet been established that he was on that particular trail on the day in question. If the defense requires to know the club's name, the prosecution has no intention of being obstructive.
Right then. I get to show off my reading skills. Oh, look at her.
Oh!
Apparently, the smuggled goods deal was going to happen at a gentleman's club called the Groose.
The Groose. Called the Groose. Can I do anything with this? Coppers weren't on foot yet. I feel like that's something I should present evidence onto. What do we have? What do we have? This is definitely something that we have to present evidence onto. It's written on the back of a ticket for passage on a steamship. Dismissal note. Gentlemen's club called the Groose. Hang on. Do we know the name of the steamship? Is it like the Groose or something? Is that what's being queued here? With some sort of steamship ticket? Oh, SS Groose, first class cabin, 01. Oh! Yokohama departure, 11 September, London arrival. Oh! Okay, it was this. Yeah, I kind of figured we had something. I had like a vague feeling that I probably had something to present onto this. Because usually when you got new information, you present evidence on it. By a little sigh. Okay, yeah. So this is the Groose. We haven't seen this in a while either. It might be good if I just like go back and investigate all of these. But I think yeah. So the steamship's called the Groose, and we haven't used this yet. Okay, I feel like this is correct. I've read about these clubs that exist here in Britain. As I understand it, they're places where well-to-do gentlemen socialize with friends and colleagues. Don't imagine for a second that a foreign student like you would be admitted. Seriously, is your mirror cracked or something? He's so much more mean during court proceedings. What happened to my friend? Do we know for sure that the contraband dealings were definitely happening at a club called the Groose? The police are currently looking for evidence, but haven't found anything definitive yet. And I'm sorry to say that they probably won't. What do you mean by that? I mean that the place Inspector Gregson was secretly going to visit on 31st October may not have been a gentleman's club at all. It was a steamship. You're showing a very irrelevant attitude. Irreverent? That's a word I've never seen before. Irreverent. You're showing a very irreverent attitude towards our country's police force there, Counsel. If it wasn't a gentleman's club, then what was it? A steamship. You think it's a ship? I have the evidence to prove it. In here! Let me see that. This dark-suited young man is not in the least bit strong heart, wrong side. The other side, my lord. Be more specific next time. Yeah, the Groose. It would appear this would appear to be a ticket for passage upon a steamship, yes. The SS Groose. Yeah, because they don't have anything besides the notebook. So there's a steamship named the Groose that happens to share a name with the club. But I'm afraid to say, there's a flaw in your logic there. How? Look at the ticket. Notice the date of arrival in port? The ship arrived at the port of Dover on 1st November. The day on which the sound like a gunshot was heard on Fresno Street. In other words, on the day in question here, 31st October, when the victim was on his clandestine mission. No, that's incorrect! Is it not? Within 1 week from 31st October, he would have been on the steamship, wouldn't he? Or like like 31st October was his last day to go on that steamship. That's his passport. He was going somewhere. He was going to go somewhere on the 31st. And it has to be that the drug deal was a cover-up for something, and he had to do something last minute. Okay. That the ship hadn't yet docked on British shores. That would certainly make an undercover investigation somewhat challenging.
Objection!
The fact that the steamship hadn't yet reached Britain substantiates the defense's assertion that the victim was investigating the SS Grus on the day in question. Then show your evidence for that assertion. Very well. Oh, he's so much more confident this trial! The stakes are getting higher! In that case, counsel for the defense, present your evidence to the court now. Evidence that substantiates your claim that the victim is investigating the... Yeah, it has to be this, the passport.
Take that!
What's this? A passport for travel issued to the victim. For the 31st... within the week of 31st October. Dated 31st October? What are you suggesting? I'm suggesting that just one day before the inspector's body was discovered, there's a distinct possibility he wasn't even in the country. Ooh! Do-do-do-do-do! Order! Order! This document is for passage to France. It does appear to have been officially authorized. The day before the SS Grus arrived at Dover, it docked on the northeastern coast of France for a night. According to my father, who was on board, at the port of Dunkirk. Dunkirk, France. BRB is gonna lurk while I get ready for bed. Okay, good luck! Survive! What could possibly have taken the victim there? Oh. Ha 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 ha! I'm impressed, Ryunosuke Naruhodo. I certainly didn't expect you to get your hands on that passport. What? You mean, you knew about this? The prosecution's strategy for this trial has been laid down by the Crown Prosecution Office. On the day before the incident, the victim was investigating contraband dealings at a London club. That's the outcome of Scotland Yard's investigations and the line the prosecution has been asked to follow. But personally, I don't agree. I think the prosecutor's office is trying to hide something. What? Oh, yeah. So Strongheart is here to make sure the line doesn't go awry. And now that you've expertly disproven their assertion, I intend to reveal what I believe that's something to be. What are you playing at, Prosecutor Asogi? A courtroom is a forum for the truth, my lord. Which is why it's my duty to present all the facts, without exception. Let me guess. This was your intention from the outset, wasn't it? The reason Inspector Gregson secretly made his way to the steamship docked in France on the day in question was to carry out a mission for the Reaper. The Reaper? Well, yeah, because he was investigating into the Reaper. It's either he was investigating into the Reaper, or maybe he was part of like the people that was trying to kill people for the Reaper. Order? Order! What on earth are you saying, counsel? The prosecution made an assertion in court yesterday. Inspector Gregson was investigating the identity of the Reaper. When he discovered the location of the man's secret hideout, he was killed. As I'm sure everyone can imagine, by the Reaper's hand. When in reality, the truth is the opposite of that. What? Inspector Gregson wasn't investigating the Reaper at all. He was, in fact, acting for the Reaper. So, you're saying the mission he was undertaking was, obviously, an assassination. Oh shit! Barak Van Zieks never carried out any of the actual killings. Whenever the Reaper's victims lost their lives, he always had a cast iron alibi. Which tells us that he must have had an accomplice. Oh, this is the angle he's trying to go for here. And you claim that was Inspector Gregson. Oh, hold it. What the hell do you think you're saying, huh? My boss would never have done nothing like that. And yet, when you consider all the facts, it all makes perfect sense. No, it can't be. Oh, Regina. We also arrived at the same conclusion, didn't we? That Inspector Gregson was operating as the Reaper. Yeah. Even so, there's no way that the person giving him his orders was Lord Van Zieks. No, the true Reaper is somebody else that we haven't figured out yet, but I'm pretty suspicious of Strongheart here. Baroque Van Zeeks is not the Reaper. A predictable response from someone who's advocating for the man. And even if it's true that Gregson was operating as an agent of the Reaper, the suggestion that he went aboard the SS Gruus on an assassination mission doesn't follow at all. Oh? You have some solid reasoning for doubting the assertion, do you, Counsel? Absolutely. It's very simple. On the day in question, nobody was killed aboard that steamship. Professor Mikotoba and Judge Jigoku were on that very ship. If someone had been assassinated, I'm certain we would have heard about it. That's so funny. You're right, of course. No suspicious deaths were reported on board the ship. But I think, perhaps you've missed the point. That's precisely why Inspector Gregson himself lost his life. Oh, so I guess the angle that they're going for here is that Inspector Gregson has used up all his value, and so Van Zeeks has decided that one final killing must take place. What? Gregson did board the SS Gruus that night, with the intention of dispatching his mark. But his mission ended in failure. Failure? It seems that the defense hasn't yet grasped a very important detail here. Oh, was he killed on the ship? Oh, he was... very large. There can only be one reason why we have this photo, and this box is in frame. Was Gregson in this box? Did you kill the man? Had to. I feel like that's the case. Jigoku has some explaining to do. Inspector Gina Lestrade? What? The victim's notebook that you read an excerpt from earlier. That doesn't contain details of secret investigations at all. It describes 10 years of assassination plots to be carried out by the Reaper of the Bailey. You're lying! Even if all them bulgers what got taken out had it coming. The boss weren't the Reaper. Poor Gina. Oh. So there's no question that Tobias Gregson was heavily involved in the Reaper's activities. You may just be an apprentice, but if you spent any time at Scotland Yard, you must have heard rumors. I ain't heard nothing, and I don't believe a word of it! Then testify again, as a representative of Scotland Yard. Consider it your chance to defend your boss. I don't... I concur. The witness will give a new formal testimony. Miss Lestrade, you will tell the court everything you know about Inspector Gregson's secret notebook. Oh. Oh. Yeah, this notebook does have a load of stuff about what the Reaper got up to these past 10 years. Names of victims, dates, and places and stuff. And last entry in there was a 31st October. It said grouse for the place on that date, and then the name of the mark. There was a note about him being a criminal what got away from the Reaper in court 10 years ago or some at. Honest, the boss didn't do none of it. He was just investigating the Reaper, that's all. Oh, Gina. Keep personal opinion out of your testimony, witness. We require only established fact here. Oh, Gina. This must be so hard for her. You can't deny it now, surely, Ryunosuke Naruhodo. What can't I deny? The notebook contained the name of the final mark, and the location where the assassination would take place. That's information that the victim could only have known if he was working with the Reaper. Ah! So, who was to be this final mark? Go ahead, Inspector Lestrade. Read the name for the court. The name that's written alongside the entry that mentions the Gruus on 31st October. Oh, how do you read this then? Reading's still not her strong suit. That ain't the problem, right, Odo? It's a funny name. It ain't English. It's hard to read. So it's someone from overseas? Let me have a bash at it. Seishiro... Is it? Oh, so... Judge... That's Seishiro Jugoku. That's the judge. So he killed Tobias in self-defense and stuffed him in his trunk.
Yeah, Seishiro.
Jigokyu... Maybe? What? It can't be. Seishiro Jugoku?
But that's...
Judge Jugoku! Seishiro Jugoku. Certainly not an English name, you're right.
Objection!
But that can't be right. I know Judge Jugoku, and I saw him the day before yesterday, here in London. So I know for a fact that the man hasn't been assassinated. As I said, the Reaper failed. Oh. Gregson missed his chance to kill his mark and returned to British shores. But the Reaper wouldn't tolerate the mistake, so he killed the inspector. Personally. No, I think that's incorrect. I think that's incorrect. I think now that we know for sure that Judge Jugoku was Gregson's target. The fact that we have this photo and the fact that we have the trunk here makes me really suspicious of the fact that Judge Jugoku probably killed Gregson in self-defense and then stuffed him in his trunk and dumped him out somewhere else to avoid being suspected. The Reaper, of course, being the accused, Barack Van Zieks. Also, welcome back, Quim! Glad to see that you have arrived back safely. It's an undeniably logical argument. Kazuma, you planned for the trial to go this way all along, didn't you?
Hold it!
Oh! Oh, who was that? That was fancy font. That has to be Van Zieks. Hello! Oh, you've got your chalice! Oh my god! Front and center for the camera! Excuse me. Pray forgive the discourtesy of filling my hollowed chalice whilst I stand accused of murder. Lord Van Zieks! The accused has no right to speak uninvited in court. You will return to the dock. I say nothing of whether or not I'm the Reaper. That's the task of this court to decide. But there is one thing I can say unequivocally. That girl is no detective. Huh? What? No, that's right, I ain't! I'm an inspector! Repeating rumors heard around the yard. Reading entries from a notebook of unconfirmed origin. That's not testimony, it's practically a script. No doubt the rest of this trial will go exactly as you clearly planned. Your hatred of me is understandable. In your mind, I'm sure, I am the Reaper, who sent your father to the gallows all those years ago. But you're in danger of becoming a far more sinister Reaper yourself. By attempting to have me condemned with this feeble excuse for testimony. What did you say? Mr. Naruhodo, this is our chance! My lord, the defense requests that the defendant be allowed to speak. He may be privy to important information relating to the testimony given by the witness. Strongheart is not happy that things aren't going his way. Very well. I'll make an exception and grant the request. The defendant may remain in the witness stand for the cross-examination. Then allow me to toast the court's impartiality. Don't raise your glass in my direction, sir. Counsel for the defense, begin the cross-examination immediately. Thank you. At once, my lord. Alright, here. I assume that was code for press everything, and Van Zieks will be like, hey, that's wrong.
Hold it!
Alright. In other words, it shows that Gregson was basically acting as the Reaper. Not you and all! That ain't the only explanation, is it? He could have been investigating the Reaper in secret. That notebook said what he found! Out! If I may... When originally people began referring to me as the Reaper, I didn't object. I believe the power to intimidate London's criminal classes into compliance with the law to be beneficial. But you carried out your own investigation into the true identity of the Reaper, didn't you? Yes, and those investigations proved conclusively that Gregson was one arm of the Reaper.
One arm? What are you on about?
The Reaper's victims were all extremely shrewd criminals at the top of their game. There's simply no way one person could have taken them out on alone. The Reaper is an organization, with you at its head. I had spies at the yard keeping me abreast of Gregson's movements, letting me know when he was elsewhere. So I'd been able to check the most recent entry in his book. I knew the location.
You knew it said Groose?
Believing it to be a reference to the Gentleman's Club, I went there on the day in question to investigate, alone.
Ah,
So that explains why several members of the club claim to have seen you there. So then that just clears him, straight up! But of course, the inspector was not there. Because at the time he was making his way to the steamship docked on the northern coast of France, as shown by the passport found in the by the passport found in the victim's metal trunk. Very well then. Back to your testimony about the contents of this notebook.
fine.
Is something wrong, Mr. Nodohodo? You seemed a little shocked by something a moment ago. Oh, no, it's alright. I'm overthinking this, aren't I? No, Ryunosuke! That's your job! You need to overthink things! Okay, names of victims, dates, and places and stuff, and the last entry there was 31st October. Names of victims, dates, places, and stuff? What in particular?
Well, besides the victims' names, this other name kept cropping up.
Yeah, not like this. What other name was that?
It's the one I told you yesterday. The same name, written over and over again.
You mean... Asashin?
Yeah, that's the one! She's a friend of yours or something.
Quite the opposite, actually! Were you even listening yesterday? Asashin. The assassin. Yeah, very subtle game. even by Ace Attorney standards, that's not at all subtle. Then again, we had names like April May. The assassin.
What? Like, a killer, you mean?
Gregson was the tactician, the one who came up with the plan of attack. He investigated the marks thoroughly, finding out when they would be vulnerable and who to use to get at them. But the person actually executing his plans was someone else, you're saying. If that's true, then the Reaper does indeed start to sound like an organized group of vigilantes. Ah! And perhaps what it said on the passport document. Oh, plus one other person! Permission for the applicant and one additional person to travel. Could that additional person have been... clearly the assassin, who was meant to take Seishiro Jugoku's life? Oh! Gina, can you confirm that? Against the final entry that listed Grossen Seishiro Jugoku. What name was written?
Oh, well, that's the only entry that didn't have a name next to it as it happens.
Oh, so it was going to be Tobias Gregson and Gregson alone.
What? It just had like a question mark or some at there, I think.
In other words, Gregson himself didn't know the identity of the assassin in that case. But Gregson was the one making the plans, was he not?
Oh, how infuriating!
A nameless assassin? Okay. I said gross for the place on that date, and then the name of that mark. And you're saying that the mark listed was Seishiro Jigoku?
That's what it said! Funny name, if you ask me. And I thought your name was odd.
Oh, that's because I'm from a different country! So pleased to have lost my crown there. Mr. Jigoku is the presiding judge of Japan's Supreme Court of Judicature. Judicature? I remember that name. He came to our country as a visiting student 16 years ago. Studying international law and diplomacy under your tutelage, your Lord Strongheart. That bearded young fellow was a very able man, I must say. So Lord Strongheart was Judge Jigoku's mentor. If I'm not mistaken, he returned to Japan 10 years ago now.
10 years ago.
After that fateful case. Precisely. In the aftermath of the professor case, his repatriation? Repatriation. That is an English word that I don't recognize. His repatriation was organized immediately. It's a mystery why such a man would be listed in the inspector's notebook. If someone wanted him gone.
I didn't think it was possible, but the mood in here has got even worse now. Maybe I'll just keep talking.
Okay. There's a note about him being a criminal, what got away from the Reaper in court 10 years ago or so. That sounds incorrect. What do you mean a criminal? Judge Jigoku is no criminal.
Well, don't ask me.
I don't know nothing about it. Oh, do you remember what Father told us? Repatriation. Repatriation. Oh, repatriation. Repatriation. That is that is not what it looks like, but thank you, Astro Dude. That Judge Jigoku did once appear in court here in Britain. It was related to the professor case, I'm sure. Yes, of course, you're right. Hello, Mikotoba. Seishiro was trying to mitigate Genshin's guilt, so he took this to the stand to testify. But he got a little carried away and, actually managed to break the witness stand. He also said some contemptuous words about the British Empire, for which he was charged. Oh, I see. It was a pitiful situation, yes. I'd forgotten all about it. But I prosecuted that trial too, as it happens.
You did?
It was considered to be an adjunct? Adjunct. It was considered to be an adjunct to the professor proceedings, you see. But he was acquitted after being told to make reparation. Oh, to bring or send back a person, especially a prisoner of war, refugee, etc., to their country or land of citizenship. Dictionary.com. Thank you. There's a... I'm learning a whole lot of English from this. That's that water bottle. That one's done and dusted. Oops. And there you have it. Have what? Surely the accused hasn't forgotten his own rule. That there's no saving anyone who faces the Reaper in court. Guilty or innocent alike. Well, he didn't... that's... I really doubt it. Also used in reference to fallen soldiers' remains. Oh, that's interesting. Thank you. What? No! Are you suggesting that the reason Judge Jigoku was targeted for assassin? But if that were the case, then he would have been... I feel like he would have been targeted, like, at least 10 years ago. But then again, that's also right around when the Reaper started cropping up, and he was sent home by that time. So... the man was sent back to Japan immediately after that trial. The Reaper had no time to do his work. But then, 10 years later, the mark returns to Britain once more. Perhaps now you start to see just how vindicative the Reaper is. Come on, that's absurd! To take someone's life for that? Isn't the whole premise of the Reaper absurd? Killing those who have been found innocent? Clearly, the rules by which the man operates are beyond a sane person's comprehension. But... oh, Gina? Right, I've had just about enough of this! Gina? All this nonsense about the boss planning to kill people. It's clobbers! Come on, Odo! Yes? Why ain't you saying nothing? Why ain't you yelling out objection or something? Oh, Gina! Oh, Gina, no, I'm so sorry. No, but it is turning out that maybe Gregson was dealing in some secret underground things. What? You gotta find a flaw. You do usually. Oh, Gina! Someone's lying here, no question. You've got to work out who it is. Please. For the boss. Oh, Gina! That outburst was an insult to the court in your own testimony. I might have known that a common pickpocket from the back slums couldn't make a detective. No! Strongheart! Oh, screw you. I hope you're the reason. I hope you're the Reaper. I just want to see your comeuppance. When this trial is over, you will forfeit your warrant card, Miss Lestrade. Are you serious? Is that clear? I've had it with a lot of ya. This lies every bleeding place you'll look in this world, innit? Well, I've had enough. Gina? So have I. After that little speech at Gina's, I've made up my mind. To do what, Mr. Naruhodo? There was one point in this cross-examination when something that was just said didn't sit right with me. One statement that seemed odd. Oh, do you mean? I'm not going to let Gina's plea for help fall on deaf ears. Oh! You gotta find a flaw somewhere! Alright. I want to thank you, Gina. You helped me find my resolve.
Eh?
What do you mean? Amongst everything we've heard during this cross-examination, there's one thing that defies explanation. One inconsistency. What? An inconsistency? Really, Odo? I don't quite know what it means yet, but... Yes, there's an inconsistency in something that was said by... Was it by Kazuma? It has to have been Kazuma. Cause I don't know, cause Kazuma, it feels like Strongheart is controlling everything that's happening in the courtroom, but we can't point to Strongheart because Strongheart hasn't actually said anything. It's Kazuma saying things on behalf of Strongheart, basically. I feel like it has to be Kazuma. By you, Kazuma Asogi. Me? Is this some attempt at filibustering, Counsel? Prosecutor Sogi has given no testimony. What are you suggesting that I said was inconsistent? You let something slip that you shouldn't have. When I presented the relevant piece of evidence, I imagine you'll realize what you've done. Very well then, Counsel. Go ahead. What evidence reveals this alleged inconsistency in something— Oh god! Okay, so what did we present this trial? We presented the letter of introduction. We presented the passport. Did he say that? Is it the trunk? Because we found the passport in the trunk? Oh yeah, there's this weird gash here. And if we open it up, it did note that there was like a shard of metal here. Right here. But we didn't see anything with it. There's something stuck in the side of the trunk here. It's glinting. It looks like a fragment of metal of some sort, but it's wedged in so tightly I can't remove it. Well, don't cut yourself. You better leave it, I think. But that didn't prop up in the text. And this also has blood on it, which is eerily suspicious. But that wasn't noted in the thing, so I feel like it has to be the trunk. Maybe he said like, oh, well, how did you get your hands on that? I really should have been paying attention. Robbers. Is it the trunk?
Take that!
Did Kazuma use his katana and stick a piece of metal in there? This is a trunk that belonged to Inspector Gregson. A metal construction, is it? It's very certainly heavy. What's this? A bloodstain? And a relatively fresh one, too. What? You mean that ain't grease from all the boss's fish and chips? It's a bit too red for that. Fresh blood on the inspector's trunk. That suggests that the victim was traveling with that luggage when he was killed. That can't be. There was no mention of any trunk in Scotland Yard's reports. Yes, there's a reason for that. Immediately after the inspector's body was discovered, one of the street peddlers made off with the trunk, hoping to sell it.
But I found it! Me with me nose for trouble!
Which means that nobody should have known anything about the trunk. Unless, of course, we're talking about someone who was present when the victim was killed. Oh, okay. And yet, during the cross-examination of the witness just now, you said this, Kazuma. Time he was making his way to the steamship docked on the northern coast of France, as shown by the passport found in the victim's metal trunk. Oh, yeah, okay. I had a feeling. Because this was the only other thing that we presented. And it had to have been that he mentioned the trunk despite us not having presented it before. So the question is, how did you know about the inspector's trunk? We know the man went on a trip to France. Where else would he have put his passport? But how did you know he was carrying it? But you knew it was a metal trunk. Answer me honestly, Kazuma. On 31st October, where exactly were you? Ah! At the port of Dunkirk, on board the SS Gruce. Is that the answer you're looking for, Ryunosuke? Kazuma, what did you? Oh, Kazuma. So then that piece of metal is part of his hoard. I hadn't considered the possibility before, but if Kazuma was there on the ship, then it can only have been for one purpose. Oh no, Mr. Naruhodo! Surely you don't think... Ha 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 ha! Come on, Ryunosuke, you know the rules. The only thing that really talks in the courtroom is hard evidence. Yeah, and I'll be presenting that metal shard in the trunk! As I understand it, Inspector Gregson always took that case with him when he traveled. So, as it stands, you've proven nothing. Kazuma? Are you challenging me to prove it, beyond all reasonable doubt? That you were there that day? In the same place as that inspector? He was there? With Gregson? Oh, he's surprised too, because he doesn't know any of this! There's a clue that you've overlooked. A secret that trunk can tell us. I can't be sure at this point. I'll need to verify it. But I have a nasty feeling that I'm going to be right. The accusation being made is deeply disturbing, but nevertheless, we must test it. The defense will identify for the court where in the trunk this alleged clue is to be found. Right, it's in there. Where's the evidence that ties Professor Asogi to Inspector Gearson? We have to open this. Let's have a look inside. And there's a metal shard here, right here.
Got it!
Got it! There's a small piece of metal lodged in the wall of the trunk here, like the tip of a blade.
Huh? A blade?
Kazuma, slunk around your waist as ever today, is the esteemed blade Karuma. Of course it is. Won't you draw it, here in this courtroom? For all to see? Uh-oh. Exercise caution, my learned friend. That man is the son of London's most notorious killer. Bailiff? Watch Professor Asogi like a hawk. That won't be necessary. Oh, yeah, the tip's gone. Oh no! The tip is broken. Yeah, the tip... If the fragment of metal from the trunk fits together with the end of the sword, the question of who was there with Inspector Gregson will be answered. Agreed. Kazuma Asogi? Expertly done, Ryunosuke. That's a point to you, and well deserved. Do you mean to tell the court, Professor Asogi? Yes. On 31st October, I accompanied Inspector Gregson to Dunkirk in order to carry out a mission. So the additional person authorized to travel, it was him. Was me. And the mission was the assassination of the Mark. I'm suspicious. No, I'm suspicious. I don't think he's part of this. You mean you're the killer whose name was omitted from this notebook? No, I'm suspicious. I don't think it was him. I think he's I don't think so. You're following the Reaper's orders to dispatch Judge Jigoku? Let me make one thing perfectly clear. I have killed no one. Explain. I accepted the assassination mission, yes, and I accompanied Gregson to Dunkirk, but I never had any intention of carrying out the plan. You're never going to do it? We can believe Kazuma-sama. I'm sure. After all, Judge Jigoku arrived safely in London the following day. On the 31st, I boarded a train from London with Inspector Gregson. We traveled to Dover, from where we crossed the channel to Dunkirk. Then we boarded the SS Grouse and made for the cabin deck, as indicated in the plan. You went to Judge Jigoku's cabin? Exactly. He wasn't there, though. We decided to wait, but you've already told us you had no intention of going through with it anyway. I didn't come to Great Britain to take anyone's life, so I left Gregson and disembarked the ship. I spent that night at a boarding house in town, and returned to England the following morning. A boarding house? In Dunkirk? My signature will be in the register book. It would be simple enough to verify. Then, what became of Jigoku? Gregson was no assassin, so the mark was spared. I'm sure it's easy enough to imagine what happened after that. I'm thinking. I don't know. I'm really suspicious of this whole affair. This feels scripted. I don't think Kazuma would be. I don't know. Gregson returned to England as well, having failed to complete the mission. He met with the Reaper in that room on Fresno Street to report the failure, causing the infuriated mastermind to pull the trigger. No, this part is incorrect. We know this. And end his wretched agent's life. That's the real truth behind Inspector Gregson's murder.
Objection!
But if you did nothing as you claim, how did the tip of your sword come to be lodged in the inspector's trunk? Yeah, how did it? I don't need to answer that. The victim was killed by a gunshot. A small fragment of a Japanese blade is irrelevant to the case, and accordingly, I chose to exercise my right to silence on that matter. Okay. Be that as it may, the court will sequester the sword as evidence. As you wish, my lord. The great sword Karuma has been entered into the court record. Let me see that. Let me see that. Let me see that. Alright, here's Karuma. We've had it for so long and now it's back with Kazuma. Karuma, the great blade. It's such a thing of beauty. I want to gaze on it for hours. And the tip's gone. Okay, we can't interact with that. Tip's gone. The tip of the great sword. Broken. It's such a shame. It's been so meticulously cared for over the years. I can almost hear Karuma's sobs. Kazuma must have really taken a swing for that to happen. Okay, what else is on the blade then? Is there anything else on the blade? Is it just here for our reference? Okay, it's just here for our reference then, to be used later. Illustrious blade passed down through the generations of the Asogi clan. The prized sword's tip has a small piece missing. To verify whether Seishiro Jigoku remains unharmed. What? Remains unharmed? I agree. That should be our first priority. It's recently come to my attention that he hasn't been seen since yesterday. Uh-oh! How did you... When a foreign dignitary invited to Great Britain goes missing for 24 hours, it's only natural that the question of his safety should arise. You don't mean to say that you think Judge Jigoku may have been killed? The Reaper has more than one assassin at his disposal, and he has the power and influence to give orders from the inside of a prison cell. Isn't that right, Lord Van Zeeks? Uh-oh. If I were truly the Reaper, I'd be able to tell you. Order! Order in the court! Order! We will take an emergency recess for 30 minutes. Now? Guests of the symposium have been told to maintain regular contact with the organizer's office. If the man can't be located within half an hour, we will have to assume the worst. Oh shit! Oh no! Not George Jigoku! No one would want to kill a harmless Japanese man who'd only just arrived in the country. Except, that is, for the Reaper wanting to finish off a mark that slipped through the net 10 years ago. I would have to agree. Mr. Naruhodo, for the defense's sake. My lord? I sincerely hope we are successful. If we're unable to confirm Mr. Jigoku's healthy existence in the next 30 minutes, we will face grave difficulties. Uh-oh! Court is adjourned for 30 minutes. Oh, it's empty. Kazuma-sama, the Reaper's assassin. I feel as though I'm in a nightmare. I can hardly believe it either. But on the other hand, Kazuma is in the habit of making up stories. Uh-oh. Oh, we're alone! Is it time for the lucky charm? I have such a terrible sense of foreboding. If something awful has happened to Judge Jigoku, then I feel as though things will only spiral further and further out of control. Ooh! I felt it from the moment I stepped into the courthouse this morning. That strange sensation that we were careering towards a foregone conclusion. Well, in the worst case, we might only have 30 minutes left. Unfortunately, though, I don't think there's anything we can do but wait now. We're out of options. Is it time? We're not out of options yet, buddy! Actually, there may be one last hand we can play. Or rather, one last ear. Of course! The little Mr. Shulm's doll that Iris gave us. Bum 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 bum.
If for some reason you're completely run out of options in the trial today, then just pull this little Hurley's ears as hard as you possibly can.
Perhaps now is the time. What should I do? Pull Hurley's ears or not? Pull it! Pull! Here goes then. I'm going to do it. Good luck, Mr. Naruhodo. No looking back. Heave! Ow! That scream sounded like Mr. Shulm's. Mr. Shulm's? Where are you? Here, my dear fellow, here! It's the felt doll talking! Oh, is it like a walkie-talkie or something? Pull the ears again, Mr. Naruhodo, as hard as you can! Alright then, I'll pull all my strength into it. Heave! Why? Why would you do that to him? Oh! Please, my dear fellows, you don't need to pull my ear off! Mr. Shulms, where are you? Myself and my trusty partner on the ship are presently in the first-class cabin area of the SS Groose. The SS Groose? She left over last night after the final pieces of cargo were loaded. We are currently docked at Dunkirk, but due to be underway again in half an hour. You've taken a ship to France? Please, even with my athletic prowess, I would struggle to jump the Straits of Dover. After we left Baker Street last night, we hurried by cab to the station and by train to the port. in order to board this vessel in time. So, you mean you'd already worked it out? That the steamship was where everything really took place? Mr. Naruhodo, pray, what is my name? Oh, of course he's figured it out. Herlock Sholmes, world-famous great detective. Recited to perfection. Well done. You're a genius, Mr. Sholmes. That's the only word for it. Oh! Ow, 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 ow! Mr. Zato, gently with this genius's ear, please. Now, how much of it was figured out by Mikotoba and how much of it was figured out by you? Oh my! I'm ever so sorry! If I may, Sholmes. Ah, there you are, Mikotoba. Oh, I'm in Mikotoba's POV! You may remember that it was in fact I who made the connection to the Estes Grouse at Scotland Yard yesterday when we examined that notebook and I recalled my steamship ticket. But of course it was, my dear fellow! Not once did I controvert that fact. I merely had our court-bound companions utter my name. Yes, you did, didn't you? We've just entered a recess. The trial resumes in 30 minutes from now.
And if we're unable to present any new leads then, I'm afraid to say...
Do not fret, please. It's for precisely that purpose that my partner and I have made this journey. I have no doubt we shall welcome news for you within the half hour. Thank you, Mr. Sholmes. That would be wonderful. Until later, then. Yes, you'll be hearing from us if you're not in touch first. Ow, ow, ow! I shan't be hearing anything if you keep tugging my ear in that mindless fashion. Whatever was the idea behind making a receiver operate in that way in the first place, Sholmes? To grab his attention, probably. Why the deuce would I know? It's an Iris's invention, not mine. Aww. Ah. Whilst I know how much you enjoy being the hero of the hour, Sholmes, we have but half an hour. We have but half that now before the grouse puts to sea again. If we don't conclude our investigations rapidly, we shall find ourselves in Naples before long. There are times, Mikotoba, when you make a surprising amount of sense. So, let us begin! Oh! Did he have hair the last time? First class cabin number 2. Yes, this is the one. But I don't believe an investigation of the cabin is going to be plain sailing. He has hair now, doesn't he? That crewman standing in front of the door is an angry-looking fellow. Where are you loitering here? Who are you? My dear fellow, do you not recognize a world-famous great detective when you see one? The question really ought to be, who are you? Do you not recognize world-traveling great sailor, Chicken Stroganoff when you see? Oh, Sholmes! It's written on his arm. Great detective? Ha! I don't think so! I got something. Do you see that, Mikotoba? It would appear that this man is a devoted follower of mine. Sholmes. Goodness me, is that a tattoo that says Sholmes? I must say, whilst adoration is flattering, naturally, it does leave me a little cold. What are you talking about? Leave! Now! How distressing. My loyal devotee knows me only by name and not by appearance. And yet I already know a great deal about you, sir. You have a brother, I believe? Like yourself, he's a shipman. Currently traveling the world aboard a Russian steamship, in fact. How could you know this? Elementary, my dear Mikotoba. I'm sure it was. 3 days ago, I was bound for London aboard the ship, you see. We're looking for one of my fellow passengers, a man by the name of Jigoku. There was no one with this name on board. Suspicious! But we know that he purchased a ticket for passage. Ah, you mean Eastern man. He left ship 2 hours ago. Here at Dunkirk. He said something about emergency, I think. What? Are you sure? So Seishiro's realized that we're after him, is he? His cabin is the one behind you. We would like to investigate it, please. No! I have orders not to let even a mouse inside! Evidenced by the mousetrap at the door, I'm sure. Mikotoba, be a good man and draw the sailor's attention away, would you? Make up some excuse so that he leaves the area. Doesn't great detective see that even sailors have ears, both left and right? Curses! The flood is ruined! And you have only yourself to blame, I'm afraid, Sholmes. Forget it. Cabin door is locked. Even if I am not here, you cannot get inside! That is a bold claim. Mikoltova? I'm sure you haven't forgotten my special talent, have you? Opening any lock? Within a mere 5 seconds. So if you'd be so kind as to afford me the requisite time, old friend, in your typically accommodating manner. How could I refuse such a typically unappealing request, old friend? So I need to distract that burly sailor for 5 seconds, do I? Good man. So, the game is afoot! Oh! Alright. I'll leave it here for tonight, and we'll continue the investigation next time. But I'm enjoying this! I love it when games do this! Don't save. Alright, we're coming back to the title here. Alright. That's gonna be it for tonight. I thank you guys for stopping by. As always, come join the Discord server. We have fun here, I swear. If you want to see my art or other people's art, come check out the Blue Sky or the Tumblr. Twitter's completely dead. It was eaten by a rat. And if you want to watch past streams, come look at the YouTubes. That's all I've got for you guys tonight. Friday, we are going to be continuing the Honkai Star Rail story. We gotta finish the game at some point. And Saturday is going to be a chill art stream. So, a bit of a quieter week. But we'll have some more, suffice to say, louder streams next week. That's all I've got for you guys tonight. We'll see you guys Friday. Have a good night!